The first moment of January 1st, 1863, brought a powerful change to America. Lincoln's Emancipation Proclamation had now gone into effect. In the eyes of the United States, slaves in the Confederacy were free. Thomas Nast celebrated Lincoln's decision with powerful images in a 2-page spread in Harper's Weekly. Lincoln saying the Southern slaves were free did not make them free. But the Union now had a new purpose. Men were dying so that others could be free. But in the summer of 1863, Robert E. Lee pushed into the North. After a string of successes, he was gambling. If he succeeded, he might end the war. Early in the war, illustrator Thomas Nast had been eager to enlist with the Union, but his editor talked him out of the idea. Nast's pen was a better weapon than a sword. He sent Nast to Pennsylvania to get sketches of Lee in action. On his way, Nast was suddenly detained and held for questioning. There was no reason to suspect the artist, but before he could clear his name, he missed a battle, the most critical battle of the war. All Thomas Nast would see was a stream of wounded, painfully limping away from Gettysburg. In 3 days at Gettysburg, more men died than any other battle of the war. And Southern hopes began to die with them. Reluctantly, Lee retreated to Virginia. The tide of war had turned. In Mississippi, the Union Army was coming close. Lewis Hughes and his wife Matilda watched Confederate soldiers carry out a desperate task.
It was a terrible sight when our cotton was burned. The destruction was enormous. This was to prevent the cotton from falling into the hands of the Unionists. One could see anxiety written on every face among the whites. Sorrow had left its impress upon all, and we felt it, notwithstanding all that we had suffered at their hands. But we slaves were always looking forward to freedom.
The war had turned, but it would still burn on and on.